I would bet any amount of money that over 90% of the people who have clicked on and are currently watching this video fall into one of two buckets. Bucket one, you probably came here because you want to hear me drag Bungie a little bit. Good chance you think they're kind of effing around right now or deserve to be called out for how they're handling D2 one way or another. Or you're in bucket two. You saw the title and the thumbnail and you probably know what kind of vibe today's video has, and maybe you rolled your eyes a little bit and said to yourself, oh, another one of these videos? Jesus, all right, let's see what the YouTuber is whining about now. And for the record, if you're in bucket two, I don't blame you. Believe it or not, I actually don't super enjoy making these types of videos, but I do have some thoughts on my mind regarding the current state of D2 that I felt like sharing. Maybe just gonna see if any of those thoughts are also shared by anyone out there, or if maybe I just need a good friend to sit me down and tell me, hey, you're acting crazy right now. So here we go. While I'm hella excited about the newly announced Bungie Marathon game, which is coming out God knows when in the future, I guess, I've gone from relatively optimistic about the future of Destiny to kinda anxious and borderline pretty worried. I feel like the second Marathon was unveiled at the PlayStation Showcase, a big chunk of the D2 player base sat up and said, oh, so that explains the current state of D2. All of the heavy hitters at Bungie, or at least a big chunk of them or whatever, have been pulled off of Destiny and been permanently plopped onto Team Marathon. And I don't want to think that, but at the same time, I can't help but also notice that WoW, Season of the Deep, and Destiny 2 as a whole lately has felt way more held together by duct tape than usual. I mean, there's gotta be some reason for that going on, right? And truly, I'm not saying that just to say, broken game. D2 has always had its fair share of spaghetti code shenanigans, but Season of the Deep has had an astounding number of glitches and outright problems. And just so you don't think I'm pissing in the wind, just a few examples. Exotic armor focusing coming out basically with no point, as exotics gave low stats when the whole point was supposed to be that they gave you high stats. The new Cenotaph Warlock armor being bugged and not working as intended. The Stronghold Titan armor being bugged and not working as intended. The Sunbracer Warlock armor being bugged and not working as intended. The Point Cannon Brace Titan armor being bugged and not working as intended. Same thing with Vesper of Radius to the point where it got disabled. Titans being able to throw grenades completely through their barricades and Titan bubbles. Being able to use Kepri's Horn to literally insta-end matches of Iron Banner, which by the way, Bungie tried to fix by first disabling Kepri's Horn, only for the community to learn that if you still had the exotic equipped, you could wear it even though it was officially, quote, disabled. And after that, by the way, they just decided the new solution would be to change the Iron Banner game type altogether. The new dungeon boss could be killed even on master difficulty, even without needing to launch the encounter. The ability to pull unlimited exotics from Ikora at the tower, resulting in an unlimited legendary shard farm. The new gift 2 subs on Twitch emblem, which you could unlock but not physically equip in game. Then, kind of a weird one, the new Trials emblem that was supposed to be only earnable if you had a flawless card and never trailed behind the enemy team. An emblem designed for the top 1% of the top 1%. But as it turned out, as long as you went flawless at all the weekend the emblem debuted, no matter how far you fell behind in the round count, you would still get the emblem, which completely defeated the entire point of the emblem and led to a bunch of players getting the emblem who didn't really earn it. You know, people like me. Thankfully, Bungie did mention they're actually taking that emblem away from everyone who has it right now, and that you'll have to re-earn it the proper way, meaning that the emblem will eventually have the value it was intended to have from the beginning. But you see the point I'm trying to make here. And I'm glad that Bungie has been slowly ironing out these problems. As of the making of today's video, many of them have finally been nuked, but it still doesn't help shake the feeling that things are feeling pretty unstable lately. And speaking of unstable, the servers. Man, oh man, the servers. Kind of seems like every week they've had some kind of problem one way or another, ranging from minor hiccups and bad connections in game to the game having to be temporarily shut down for hours at a time because things are getting kind of bad. Lately, just for chuckles, I've been posting the same Dado meme of him saying, "I'll see you in court, idiot," on Twitter every time maintenance gets extended, zooming in a little bit more each time. And truly, I can't zoom in much further at this point. I mean, I get it though. It's not like there's a giant AAA game out there that serves as a shining example of how to properly keep servers together, even during a titanic, historic launch week. By the way, today's video is brought to you by the Xbox Series X Diablo 4 bundle from GameStop. Let's thank them for being awesome. I'm looking forward to this game a ton, and I know many of y'all are too. So join the endless battle between the high heavens and the burning hells with the Xbox Series X Diablo 4 bundle from GameStop. Fight for the fate of Sanctuary with the fastest, most powerful Xbox ever. Carve through waves of demons like a Chad in immersive, action-packed combat powered by a 1TB custom SSD. Join fellow adventurers, retake besieged towns, and delve into nightmarish dungeons in hyper-realistic 4K. Make the most of every minute with lightning-fast load times and an expansive open world, all powered by Xbox Velocity architecture. Remember to add Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to play new games on day one from Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda Softworks, and more. With the bundle, you'll get Diablo 4, an Xbox Series X console, a wireless controller, and an ultra-high-speed HDMI cable. Don't miss one of the most anticipated games of the year. Get the Xbox Series X Diablo 4 bundle at GameStop now using the link down in the video description and the pinned comment. Side note, I swear on my life-sized 3D printed hunter throwing knife, this entire video wasn't made just for that ad. The planets just kinda aligned, couldn't help myself. Anywho, the D2 servers. They've been choking a ton lately, and it's been especially brutal seeing players getting affected by all the problems in D2 during the worst times, like trying to solo flawless a dungeon, for example. Yeesh. I don't know. I'm kind of the guy who likes to give the benefit of the doubt, but with everything going on lately, it's kind of hard to not have doubts about the future. On one hand, we know that the Light Darkness saga is coming to an end with the final shape next year, but that won't necessarily mean the end of D2. But even if it were to continue in some way or another, how much more effort and support and content would go into the future of Destiny in comparison to Bungie's new baby, Marathon? Don't get me wrong, I want Marathon to succeed. Whatever the hell's coming in that game, I hope it's fun and unique and weird, and that it tickles me the same way Destiny has tickled me for a long time now. I know it'll definitely be a different kind of game altogether, but I sort of wish we could just peek behind the curtain for a minute and know for certain how many people at Bungie have been pulled off working on D2 to be assigned to Marathon duty. Is it a lot? A little? I don't know. I just kind of wish that I knew. And I think one thing I'm genuinely worried about is Bungie announcing a new saga after the final shape, and everyone's really excited and hyped about it. Woo! New era of Destiny, baby! Let's go. And then we just kind of get strung along with minimal updates and minimal attention, while the new super special favorite child Marathon gets the vast majority of attention from Mama and Papa Bungie. Which does seem possible, by the way, and I don't know, I just feel like if we ever reach that point, might be for the best to just kind of let Destiny die out at that point. I mean, I don't know, again, just a fear, but you tell me, what would you truly prefer? More Destiny content, but with minimal attention and focus in terms of live game support, or just no Destiny at all? I know in a perfect world, big asterisk on the word perfect, by the way, you'd have a situation where Bungie is going full steam ahead on both the next iteration of Destiny, whatever the hell that is, and Marathon together with equal effort and support, yada, yada, yada. And even though Marathon is quite a bit away, at least I think, the repeated problems going on in D2 right now seem much more noticeable. I don't know. I could be completely talking out of my ass at this point. Probably am, actually. And by the way, this has absolutely nothing to do with anything, but it is on my mind. So side note, Twid? Bungie? I know. Talk about making a mountain out of a molehill, but like, come on, TWAB is just iconic. Now we gotta ask, where Twid? But for real though, does the existence of the Twid, aka This Week in Destiny, imply the future creation of a TWIM, aka This Week in Marathon? Because I can't picture a future in which Bungie wants to keep us informed on what's going on in Destiny, but not in their shiny new game Marathon. So is there gonna be a Twid and a TWIM together? And if that is the case, why not just combine them both into one thing with different sections on each game and keep it called the TWAB? Man, shouldn't have watched that new Dado video. It's kind of got me feeling some kind of way about the future. I don't know. Tune in next week, y'all, when I spend multiple minutes ranting about other things as equally important as the bullshit I went over in today's video, including the guy who sits in his car outside my window and coughs for hours at a time every week. Let me know your thoughts down below about any of the nonsense I just spewed out of my mouth. Would love to hear your thoughts. We will return to quasi-normal content soon, I'm sure, including a new 50 games, by the way. Thank you for listening. watching, and I will see you on stream.